With all the shinies of Paldea caught, my gang and I had to flee. And with nowhere else to go, we ran to the Glaciato Mountain, where we'll plan our next heist. We're all out of options here. The police will find us soon. Where else can we go?
Sinnoh?
To Chibi.
Kalos?
Not yet.
Kanto?
Let's not say that we did.
I have an idea. How about my hometown of Kitakami?
Isn't that where you committed multiple murders? With Paldea done, with our shiny evolutions, and a small amount of sandwich power left from the last video, I rushed to Kitakami to find a potential first psychic type shiny. And I was drawn to the most mystical area of Kitakami. No, not the time-traveling crystal pool. The Freddy Fazbear Forest, of course. And who would have guessed that it would be filled with Pokemon that are straight out of a horror movie? Hatterene standing there menacingly, and if their dex entries are anything to go by, they'd slap me serious if I got too excited about a shiny. And to my surprise, with not very long left on that sandwich power, I found her. A little Hattrem of a pale complexion, and I would... oh wait, it's fused with Koraidon. And our first to join the team. Meet Lottie the Hattrem. I didn't get the capture this time, which is pretty on track for these videos. All the other ones I got it for though, but let's just jump into making a shiny evolution for Lottie. My idea for this one was to play up the whole witchy vibes it has in the normal colors, but because of it being white colored and also we found her in a forest, I wanted to give it a job. Well, a new job, or class I guess, and switch it to the white mage class. I wanted to keep the idea of it being a small alien creature with a whole lot of hair making up the body, but this one is a bit less confident in its stride, holding up its large white mage staff with a bit of apprehension but still eager to heal you. I like the fact that all the Hatena line are very much about hats, and then I straight just move away from the hat and make it a hood. I'll be honest, it's still cute, but I guess it being a shiny Evo is justification enough to move away from all the hat talk. A hood is just a floppy hat anyway, you can't prove me otherwise in a court of law. I go through a few changes here and there, but keep the general idea the same for the Pokemon. And I think this one is just super cute, and all the designs in the video are very charming to me, to be honest. Hatila, the white mage Pokemon, a fairy and psychic type. Evolves from shiny Hattrem with a Kitakami branch. Hatila are a wondrous Pokemon found only in the forest of Kitakami, where the branches are said to contain mystical powers. Hatila's body is mostly composed of hairs with healing properties. It wraps these hairs around the wounded, and any injury is healed quickly. Hatila is so skittish that it avoids humans as much as possible, only emerging if it hears a human in danger or in need of help. Hatila have the abilities Healer and Triage. A deep fear set in, with no sandwich, and no sandwich materials, with only the Academy's abomination foods for the shiny power. And it showed. I crossed fields and lakes and more lakes and nothing but the most basic of basic Pokemon would show up. I honestly did this for quite a long time and my morale was hitting an all-time low. I began to shrivel and wither away, till I entered the apple orchard. This is a shiny hunting stomping ground for me here. I always wanted that green apple boy but never found one. And you'll be shocked to see this. Oh, did you see that strange colored leaf? In a fit of worry, I save the game and it starts to run off screen, and I done it for the creature. That's right, a shiny Sewaddle. I capture it with a fitting Pokeball and name this one Nibbles. Because look at him, he has a little nibbly orange muzzle. Let's evolve this strapping young lad. I love the colors here, and shiny Swordloon as well. Oh, they're just so good, but shiny Leavanny is just real sucky. But for this, I wanted to make a sort of soldier ant to be opposite for the caring and nice Leavanny, as well as play up the sort of leafy insect vibes the line has as well. When I made this one, I had Arcane on the mind, as kind of love the sort of streetwear vibe that Echo has. And so I thought, what if our little Evo here had gotten a Schmick Leaf outfit from Lee Vanny and was told to go out and fight the good fight? So we got a streetwear ant here with another hoodie, and I promise this is not a running theme for this video, but it's just a weird coincidence. As I did this shiny Evo last, it gives me sort of superhero vibes too, but I'll be honest, and I say this a lot, but this is one of my favorite Pokemon designs I've done ever. It just has good design sense to it, and I think the shiny Sewaddle's color scheme really helps too, as God I love the colors here. So meet Nibble's potential future here in Mermant, the hood Pokemon, a bug and grass type. Mermant evolves from shiny Sewaddle at level 30 with a Leavanny in the party. Mermant wears specialized clothing crafted by a Leavanny. The leaf cuffs on its arms are incredibly sharp, helping it protect its friends and deal serious damage to foes. It also has the ability to lay down and appear as a large leaf to fool predators. Mermant will even wiggle to simulate a leaf swaying in the wind. However, if you watch closely, you can clearly see that Mermant feels embarrassed by this act. Mermant have the abilities Leaf Guard and Sharpness. More field searching, and this time it was looking at the long grass. I feel like doing this is like a test to see if my aging eyeballs are capable of seeing minute differences in each Pokemon. But this has taught me that I am able to tell when a Pokemon is shiny. Seriously, I'm shocked how I recognized Sewaddle last time. So as I walked around, I spotted a Petalil, not shiny, just don't be distracted by that. But what was next to it is what interested me. Seriously, how did I see this? It's funny, isn't it? My first Sword and Shield shiny was a Charjabug. My first ever shiny Evo I did was Charjabug. And now I run into this one. Grubus, the shiny Grubbin, comes from a different timeline to meet me. In all timelines, we are fated to be together in some way or another. Unlike Charjabug, who is a bright red in its shiny, Grubbin is this very pleasant brick color, which I straight away wanted to do something kind of based on the idea of it being a little brick bug. Brick bug. I like that name. Instead of turning into a battery, then into a railgun, this Evo takes on a much larger and bulkier appearance. Giving a similar stag or rhino beetle appearance, Brickbug instead has this massive shell that has a combo between a house and a pizza oven. Yeah, I know it's weird, but I thought it'd be so cute, this giant hulking bug walking around with little grubbins within, or putting in a smaller Pokemon and cooking it for its young. So cute! No, morbid but kind of cool. It means we get the bug rock typing with an immunity to the fire type as well. Sorry Darkspot, I'm taking your signature ability, it's mine now. Bricks are well baked too, you know. This one was one of the tougher designs to do due to the sheer amount of proper perspective that needed to be done, especially with the brick shapes needing to sit in the proper perspective. Ugh, so difficult. Brickbug, the oven Pokemon, a rock and bug type. Brickbug evolves from shiny Grubbin at level 30 while holding a protector. Brickbug is a unique shell that serves multiple purposes. Typically it is hollow and provides shelter for groups of Grubbin and Charjabug until they are ready to evolve. If no Pokemon are inside, however, it can heat up its body, turning its shell into an oven to cook food for their young. It has a harmonious relationship with Vikavolt, which protects colonies of their evolutionary line from the skies, while Brickbug keeps the ground safe. Brickbug have the abilities Flash Fire and Well-Baked Body. Around this time was when the special event for pseudo-legendary outbreaks were happening. Yeah, I'm dating this video a little bit. So of course, Kitakami had Goomy, and I love Goomy. I did end up going back to Paldea in the Indigo Disc under the police's nose to catch the other ones, but we are here for Goomy. And so I did a little bit of mass extinction, Goomy, after Goomy fell to my blade, or my giant chandelier in this case. And as I looked around, resetting picnics and letting little blobules spawn around me, I saw a golden yellow little creature. A shiny Goomy and the next add to my collection. Now, it was time to bring in a little bit of my obsession here. I love those little goober depictions of aliens, the zup 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 nop nop ones, the green looking cats. I goddamn love them. So I wanted to make this super fun little alien-like design for Shiny Goomy's Evo. And this came about from the real-life inspiration of the golden apple snail. I mean, they're both gold, but the apple snail is not only aquatic, which is the, space of Earth. What does that mean? I don't know, but also it's an invasive species. Invader, alien, it all comes together. I wanted to keep the idea of it having a squishy shell like Sliggoo would have, but the idea would be that it's all a bit of a false look. Like an alien pretending to look like a snail. Its shell elongates out to look like this golden long whip, and its antennae it would whip all around. And more so than that, it has this big old second mouth. Its real mouth ready to devour anything with a big neon blue tongue. I just love how cute and jolly it looks. I did end up redoing this design ever so slightly, changing the proportions to make it look a bit bigger and more evolved overall, as well as changing the secondary eyes slightly, and I think that makes it just perfection. Pamalia, the weird shell Pokemon, a fairy and dragon type, evolves from Shiny Goomy at level 50 while holding leftovers. Pamalia is a bizarre Pokemon with a surprising number of false parts to its body. Its real mouth is located on its body, where it devours anything it can fit in it. The apparent shell is actually a long tail, which it uses to whip and slam enemies. Pamalia is quite sweet and treats its friends with great love, but be cautious. Its various appendages can accidentally break bones due to its rubbery body, especially when giving hugs. Pamalia have the abilities Gluttony and Water Absorb.
Hooray!
With Shiny Goomy caught, I said, why not get them all? And I did. I caught enough Goomies afterwards for the whole line. A whole lovely family of shiny creatures. But I was obsessed. I needed more, and so I knew what I must do. There was a Sliggoo outbreak within the forest of Kitakami, but not just regular Sliggoo, Hisuian Sliggoo, and that's when I went ham. More massacring, alerting the Kitakami police to my ecological destruction. But from it I got to Shiny Sliggoo and Goodra, the Hisuian persuasion. And with the whole line attained, I could just have everyone together in my picnic, and I've never been happier to be surrounded in goo. With my hyperfixation over, I continued my proper quest for the next shiny. And this is where the drought began. I had to try and even spelunk just to try and see if there'd be a sliver of shiny for me there. And despite it all, I couldn't find a single glimmer of hope. And so I returned back to the apple orchard. Maybe a shiny applet would show up for me now. Nope. Instead I had a little meet cute with a Pokemon I never expected to see. And that's Illumise. A shock, but a pleasant one at that. Meet Mulan. The name will make sense soon as we explore their shiny evolution. So as I looked at shiny Illumise, I didn't notice at all that they have that sort of cabaret dancer look, which is so much more apparent in the shiny, like wow. So my idea was to play up a sort of dancer aspect in all of this, but go towards something I really like. Flappers. Okay, yes, I have a problem, but the idea of a flapper Illumise evolution would be super cute. And the sort of weird blonde bug hair it has made me think of like Marilyn Monroe or something weird, so I went ahead and made a sort of combo of those ideas. A flapper bug that would probably take Volbeat out in the town to dance with them. And I can finally give justice to the Pokemon by giving it electric type as well, which I think it very much deserves. I went back to this design and gave it a bit of a change quite a few times, making it a bit shorter and wider as I felt it fit the Illumise aesthetic a bit more. And I just can't get the idea of a bunch of these Pokemon doing the can late at night out of my head. It's just an adorable idea. Flapperlight, the shimmy Pokemon, a bug and electric type. Flapperlight evolves from shiny Illumise when exposed to a Thunderstone. Flapperlight loves nothing more than putting on a show. The more excited they get, the brighter their body glows. In the heat of battle, they can even blind opponents. Flapperlight is incredibly deft and moves with such grace, even in the air, that battling against them is like watching a dance recital, lights and all. Volbeat are often seen dancing with Flapperlight during moonlit nights, creating a spectacular display that draws people from all over to watch. Flapperlight have the abilities Oblivious and Dancer. And with all 5 of the shiny Evos found, as well as an entire family of the Goomy group, I knew it wouldn't be too long before my crimes against nature and humanity would catch up with me. But just for a moment, a short amount of time, I would get to spend some final moments with my new friends. Lottie the Hattrem, Nibbles the Sewaddle, Grubbin the Grubbin, Slimy the Goomy, and Mulan the Illumise. New friends and new accomplices. But as I said, all good things must come to an end. And I found myself in the worst place a prison sentencing could place me in, and that's school. That's right, now trapped in the Blueberry Academy, we must shiny hunt till we drop. So join me next time as we explore the terrarium in the Shiny Hunt Go games. Thanks for watching this video. I have a lot of fun being able to do some gameplay recordings, as well as making shiny evos. If you liked the video, make sure to like the video, as well as comment your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe to be ready for the continue of the story. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.